How's everyone doing this evening? I pray everyone is okay. Well, as you all can see, I am back home. Yay! I had an amazing time in Maryland, and I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back, girl. Sonia and Will, have my bed ready because there are a lot of things still I want to experience there. So, yeah, have my room ready. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right on into this evening. You know, coming from a wedding and being single, you always, and if you act like you don't, single ladies, you lying to yourself. Anytime you leave something that is celebrating a couple, either it's an anniversary or an engagement party or a wedding, and you're single, you leave thinking, okay, daddy, when is my time? When you, woo. Y'all come on, even if you okay. And I tell you, I'm okay. Like, I'm better than okay. But the normal side of us ladies, and you single, and you just leaving something to just think, okay, daddy, when's my time? So hence, tonight's live. When daddy talks, Lanisa listens. And I had to really think about what were some things that were really keeping me single, even when I just was trying to show up like one of the most healed individuals you could think of. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, when you really try to show up in the best version and you really not the best version, everybody can see that, and they see it more than you realize. And you appear to be abused. Yes, you appear to be abused. And there are four signs that show up in you that make you look like you being abused, that is keeping that man from marrying you. He didn't want to propose to somebody that he looks like he's beaten up on. Who would want to be with a woman that looks like she's being abused? Nobody wants that. They don't want men and women to second guess if they laying some hands on you. Come on now. Who wants that? So let's talk. And maybe this may not be something you did, but it was definitely something that I did. And here, let's go on and jump right on it. The first thing, number one, a sign that showed that I may be getting abused by my man is that I would always battle him. Yep. I was always having to go tit for tat. If he said it was up, I said it was down. If he said it was right, I said it was left. If he said, what's up, Nicole? If he said, no, Lanisa, we shouldn't do it, I'm going to explain to him why we should do it. But here is the issue with that. I did it most of the time, and I had no boundaries. I would do it in front of friends. I would do it in front of my family. I would always want to show that I had the upper hand. Well, you know what that really looked like from the outside looking in? Is that I was being abused. And I was being abused to a point that I didn't trust my man. See, when you battle your man over and over and over and over, individuals from the outside says, well, what's really the problem? Does she not trust him? See, guys, trust is a huge characteristic that a man must feel from a woman that he's covering. And if you want that man to propose to you, stop battling back and forth with him and trying to make him understand your point. Yes, your point may be right and it may be valid. But anyone that keeps battling something makes them think and everybody else think that you have a trust issue. And that sounds like abuse. So stop it. Stop it. Okay, what's another abuse trait that I was showing and exhibiting out there? You ready? Guys, it looked like Every time someone would say something to me or he would say something to me about my man, I would have a excuse. Excuse. No matter what was going on, I would always have an excuse. If he said something good, I had an excuse why it was good. If I did something bad, I had an excuse. If someone came and told me something about him, I had an excuse as to why good, bad. Uh-oh. Why did me always having an excuse look like I was being abused? See, the only time that you have to defend something, if you're placed in that place of being what? The abused. See, every time that I act like I have to apply an excuse, really what I'm saying is that I'm afraid of the consequences of what my man may say or do. Do you think a man wants to propose to you if he thinks you are afraid of him? Or you have individuals around you thinking you are afraid of him? No. So why do you justify everything that you're doing? Why do you feel like you have to come back and throw an excuse here and an excuse there? Oh, see, usually the only reason I would always have to have an excuse, because I lived in this world called being perfect. Because if I wasn't perfect, then I wasn't enough. And see, ladies, the only reason you have to have an excuse for everything is really you don't think you are enough. And you need an excuse to justify why you don't think you're enough. But every time you use that, you show up as the abused person, as if you're afraid of what the consequences would be from that man. And he will not propose to that. All right, number 3. What is that third thing that I was doing a lot of, guys, that I was showing up as a sign of abuse, and that man wasn't going to propose to me? My attitude. My attitude. Come on, ladies, you know you do it. Oh, I did it in so many events. See, I would go to an event after me and my man, we may have gotten into something or whatever, or he told me he didn't like when I did this. So I would go to wherever it was, at a work event or a church event, and I would just be sitting still. And I wouldn't say anything. And individuals would come up to me and say, Lenise, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And I throw that smile and then go back to. Well, you know really what my attitude was saying? From the outside looking in, oh, excuse me. Oh, that she's being abused. Oh, that she is being abused. What type of control does he have over her? See, when you sit back and act like you are afraid to do anything, and you sit in the corner and you can't say nothing because you mad or you scared he gonna do it, you know what that looks like from the outside? It looks like your man is controlling you so much that you don't even have a place or a space to be your authentic person. And no man wants to say that he's controlling his woman to a place that she can't. Well, no real man. An abuser would. But a real man, he's not going to propose to you if you're showing up as if you're being controlled. All right, the last one, number 4, showing up as an abuse, like you being abused, and he ain't going to propose. You ready? The last one, triggers. Those triggers, ladies. I used to have them all the time when I would be, ready? Some of my triggers. Be at a wedding and just start crying, just all the crying. Being at an event and someone is having a proposal, and I just cry. I always cry when I'm seeing something. Well, Lenisa, why you crying at movies all the time in front of your man? Why you crying at engagement? Why you crying? You know what that really could look like from the outside? He doesn't make her happy. She's always looking. She's always looking for the come up. And you know what, ladies? I was looking for the come up. I was always looking for the come up. And you can see the algorithm, whatever this little phone, it called it. I was always looking for the come up. And when something triggered me to let me think I didn't have all that I wanted to have, I would cry and I would blame it on the movie or I would blame it on the occasion. But really what it was showing was that I was unhappy and I looked like the abused person. Guys, when you show up with those 4 triggers, he's not going to propose to you. Oh, absolutely not. Oh, no. So what do you need to do? What do you need to do? Stop being the abused. See, you stop being the abused by understanding you don't have to battle everything. Everything is not you have to win or prove your point. You don't have to have an excuse for everything. Some things, it just is what it is. You don't have to have an attitude and feel like you can't show up and be you. If a man is putting you in a place where you can't show up and be you and he's controlling you to that point, then that's not the man for you. And the triggers, if it's everybody's happiness is triggering you, that you're unhappy, you don't have to do that. See, it all starts, ladies, with you understanding who you are. And when you understand that you truly are that child, that precious child that daddy has in his lap, oh, ain't nobody being abused there. As a matter of fact, daddy gonna beat the abuser. Yes, he is. So, stop looking like you're abused. No, show up like you're loved. And when you show up like you're loved, whoa, he's gonna propose. Because you know what that says about the man? He's about daddy's business. Yes, because daddy did say, you better love my daughter like Christ loves the church. Come on now. So, you can't show up like you being beat up on. No, you've got to be showing up like you being loved upon. All right, with that, I'm deucing you guys out.